to 9 months, India's one and only show on pregnancy, parenting, and so much more. While the aim is to bring up healthy, happy children who will make this world a better place, we also want them to be emotionally and physically healthy. As parents, what do we need to know and do? You can't even Google that because you wouldn't know what to look for. There's just so much to learn on this journey of parenting. Now, we sometimes get anxious with all that's happening around us, and we shudder to think of the impact it may have on our children. We take steps to fix what we can. For instance, we don't want our kids to watch TV and get influenced, so we monitor their viewing hours. Similarly, we keep an eye on their access to social media. So how do we know we're doing all we can to make them eat right, sleep right, breathe right, and overall feel good? One big worry for me is bacteria and infection. Someone recently told me, just look inside your home at all that you think might be clean, but actually isn't. How are you ensuring the walls of your home are clean? How are you safeguarding your children against harmful bacteria? That got me thinking, while we clean surfaces, there are also nooks and crevices lying untouched, like our beds, mattresses, and pillows that are not even vacuumed, and most importantly, the walls. The walls in our homes are never cleaned as compared to the floors and washrooms. Usually we have no control on our children touching the walls. Most of the time, children often get infected with cold and cough, which is contagious as walls harbor bacteria. So, can I ensure my children are not entirely affected by this? I can't restrict their movement, and neither can I teach them since they're too young to understand this right now. I started looking around the house to fix what I could. I got it cleaned, scrubbed, polished, dusted, wiped down everything, the floors, washrooms, everything. But am I still maintaining hygiene? Then one day I saw the Asian Paints ad and I got to thinking, what if the paint in my house is the reason, since walls harbor harmful bacteria? I need to remove this bacteria. How do I make my walls really clean? Is there an antiviral paint? I told myself it would be a small price to pay to paint my house with something that infuses freshness into my home. I chose Royal Health Shield, which has silver ion technology as recommended by the Indian Medical Association. It's an antibacterial and maintains infection-free walls. It looks luxurious and it's durable. I love the fact that the colors are so vibrant, and I can actually teach my children to identify colors with their palette. And guess what? When my children touch the walls, I don't have to worry about stains even, because they're very easy to clean. Now I needn't worry about bacteria-infected walls. Let's look at how other mothers tackle this. With us today are Neena, Nehwal, Disha, who are real-life mommies, and Daddy Cool, or coolest I should say, Karanvir, Bohra, right here. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here. So Neena, would you say your house is very clean?
Basically, I try to keep my house very clean
How?
by mopping, sweeping, dusting. That is what basically everyone does. That is the same thing that I do to keep my house clean, and I feel it is clean.
Okay, and Disha, how many children are in your house?
I just have one.
And do you feel your house is clean enough?
Maybe sometimes, you know, because like we do the whole thing, you know, mopping, cleaning, dusting, everything happens when my son is not around, you know, because he's very prone to dust and the smoke allergy.
Okay.
But yes, my house is on the main road. So, you know, whenever I keep the windows open, I always feel like, oh my God, it's again dirty. You know, there's something dust or the other thing which settles on the swing or on the sofa or something. So, yeah, you have to constantly keep it clean. But yeah, like when you say when you open slightest of the window, there's something there in the house. So
that's actually a good point, because when we live in the city, there is so much that comes from outside that we don't even notice. And KVB, please tell everyone, tell me also, what do you do to keep our house clean?
Well, you know what, now that I'm glad you asked me this question, okay, somehow...
so then I can stop laughing and take it actually
somehow
serious.
It's always, like the woman of the house has to do the mopping, the cleaning, the dusting, the jhadu, pocha. And my house is really clean, really, really clean. Firstly, I'm a Virgo. And secondly, you know what she makes me do?
What?
Let me demonstrate. This is what I do every day in the house. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. So when I told people, okay, that I've taken a 10-month off to spend time with the babies, actually I spent 10 months cleaning the house, whereas my wife was working. You know, so I'm a very obedient, very good husband.
So you are very lucky.
I guess,
can
yeah.
we send the
Yes.
husbands too? to you?
No, I'll come. I'll start a business.
He will come and clean your house. Wow. That's terrific. And besides cleaning the
No,
house.
we want to send them to you to train them.
Actually,
you
you know
do
what?
not
See,
understand.
primarily what I love doing is I like to tell my children that, because you know, once they start growing older, they love sketching and painting and drawing on the floor, on anything they see. And our walls are white.
Yes.
They love it.
Perfect.
It's like really like, it invites them. So
It's not a wall, it's one huge
Canvas, yes.
you know, so we don't curb their feelings. We say, go ahead, sketch, draw, scribble, do what you want. In fact, I'll also join you.
Most of the murals are made by him. Huh?
Yeah, so our walls are kept like that, you know, because we were told as kids that, "Arey, nahi, yahan par nahi," you know, "Arey, wall par nahi," and then we used to get screaming and shouting and all that. I say, you know what, let these kids do what they want. So
What I do is, house I have kept it, you know, don't touch this wall, don't touch this wall. Office I have, they are white painted. I tell my son, wherever you want to draw, whatever you want to draw, you are free to draw, but not in house. You can do everything in my office. So I have reserved my office walls per se for my child to do painting and use it as a canvas.
Yeah. But there's one thing that I wanted to bring to light. Did you know that a lot of bacteria is actually on our walls?
It is there, and even, you know, that problem of when your child is small and they have that problem of eating tuna. They, you know, yes.
They do that.
I
My
love
son
it.
does that.
Yes.
I still
He
love
does
it.
that a lot.
I still love it.
My son used to do it. Oh God, we used to, you know, we had a very tough time, like stopping him from doing it because he used to eat it. And that was very, very unhygienic. According to me, I used to always feel that he'll fall ill and there would be something, some or the other problem. We took him to a doctor also. Doctor said it is very normal with many children.
Yeah,
many
it is.
children do
and
it.
the best tuna we get in Jodhpur. Okay. I used to go to my nani's house and they were like proper tune ki diwar. Just like scratch them and eat them. It was so tasty.
Yeah.
It
So,
was
so my son does that. So my bedroom wall has like, you know, little thing coming out because of the whole moisture and everything. So I can't, I mean, like he's painted my entire house with all the crayons. We started with a small sheet, then it went up onto the floor. Now it's on the wall with the sofas and everywhere. So now, little smartness he has, he's like, oh, he's just like, when I'm not around, when I'm doing something, he goes quietly inside the room. He starts doing scratching, and I'm like, okay, where are you, Kian, where are you, Kian, where are you? And there's no voice. And then I realized, oh, you're eating, what are you doing? You cannot eat this.
No voice always means
then-
trouble.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then, so my husband had to go and remove all that paint out, you know, so he doesn't use his fingers to
And
remove
also
that
in
stuff.
Bombay we have this big moisture problem.
Yeah.
If you see all
Yeah.
our walls, they have that papdi kind of thing.
Yes,
on the
yes,
wall.
yes.
bubbling
Immediately,
up.
as soon as it
Like a
rains,
fungus
that
and it's-
puppy
Yeah.
starts coming up.
Yeah.
And you know, children are attracted
That's
to
like
those
the
walls.
golden
And that's
well
like
for
very
them.
exactly
Yeah,
like
it's
bacteria
just-
ka ghar hai wo.
Yes.
That's like bungalow for
Our
them.
God, bacteria
Our
ka
God is bacteria.
Did you know that there's actually a paint that can protect your walls and make them bacteria free?
Is it true?
Yes, well, we just got our house
We
painted,
got it
so
done. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
We know.
Seriously.
Yes.
I'm going to tell my husband to go
Oh,
get
that's
it and
very
like
good.
paint the
That's a
house
great
now.
news.
it's actually new news for us. We didn't know there was such a thing. We got our house painted. It was by Asian Paints Royale Health Shield, which actually makes the walls healthier. I think for us, we needed it because we have children who are just hands-on everywhere.
Yeah.
And one thing is that suppose, you know, a child has got a cough or cold and, you know, it's on the wall, the germs are on the walls. When other children come over, they can't catch anything because there's no bacteria, no germs kept on the wall.
True.
That's very, very good news.
I think especially for people who have very young children, it's
Yes,
a
yes,
boon.
it would be a
Yes.
boon for the children who are very, very small because children have the habit, you know, of touching their hands everywhere and then putting them in their mouth, and that is the main cause of disease for small children.
Yeah, no, absolutely right.
So the houses who have small children, they should go for this kind
For
of
sure.
a thing.
You know what happens is we clean our whole house and say, let's open the windows and get some fresh air. So
We're
it
not
all
getting in
comes
fresh
back in
air.
and it's
Yes.
stuck on our walls. So
Yeah, I mean you have those jalis on our
the
sliding
jalis
doors.
turn black.
The jalis become black.
Yes.
You know what? That means how much of dust and pollution. I mean, really, it's crazy. I mean, we should just keep our doors shut.
Live in a little
Cocoon
bubble.
ourselves in
That's
this
what I
house.
do, you know, my windows are always shut. Like, you know, you really die for that fresh air to come in, and 5 minutes you're up, you again have to start cleaning the walls or, you know, everything around, because even if you don't realize there's some sort of dust there, it may not be like instant, but you know, after a day, it's there. Something is there, you know, till your maid comes and cleans it again. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on her now. Oh, I'll send my husband to you.
Absolutely.
Well, before you send your husband, you should take a look at this. We always thought bacteria existed in the most common places in our home, like the sofas, the floors, the curtains, the beds. So we would do our best to keep those areas as clean as possible.
And we would take preventive measures such as pest controlling the house, disinfecting the floors, cleaning our beds, sofas, curtains. And recently we got to know that there is a certain place where there's so much of bacteria present that we were shocked.
The walls. I know it's pretty surprising for us too, because you would never imagine that there's so many germs, so much bacteria on the walls. And for us it was double because we have 2 toddlers at home, so that's 4 little sets of hands touching the walls, touching their faces. And then we found something new.
And we were lucky because we stumbled upon Asian Paint's Royal Health Shield. We use that product in our entire house and we were so lucky.
And now whenever the children touch the walls, we're completely stress-free. Nothing to worry about.
So our walls are bacteria free. Are yours?
Nah.
I don't think so after looking at this.
I think he's just
Yeah.
really happy that he's off duty now. That as long as the walls are free, but
No.
floors still have to be cleaned.
No, but now I have new walls to paint.
Oh.
That's fine. Yo, I like that. That's cool. When are you coming over for that?
All right, that was a great episode. I would recommend it for anybody, like I said, who has young children at home. Kids are hands-on everywhere. They touch everything, goes straight into their mouth. So keeping your walls free is a big worry off our head. And remember, like we always say, keep the faith. You're doing a great job as parents. Trust your way, trust your instincts. It's all good.